Now, Israel continues its barrage of strikes on Hamas targets in Gaza. World leaders are making desperate attempts to stop the escalation. Meanwhile, Israel's Netanyahu has said in a televised statement that Israel is quote-unquote preparing for a ground invasion. He said that the decision on when forces would go in to the Palestinian enclave controlled by the Hamas militant organization would be taken by the government's special war cabinet. Let's listen in.
אנחנו ממטירים על החמאס אש תופת. כבר חיסלנו אלפי מחבלים, וזאת רק ההתחלה. במקביל אנחנו נערכים לכניסה קרקעית. אני לא אפרט מתי, איך, כמה. אני גם לא אפרט את מכלול השיקולים שאנחנו לוקחים בחשבון, שרובם הגדול כלל לא ידוע לציבור.
Now, this comes as explosions continue to light up the night sky over Gaza City as alarm grows over the spiraling death toll in Gaza Strip. In the latest, the White House has released a statement saying that the U.S. President, Joe Biden, discussed the ongoing efforts to locate and secure the release of hostages with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Biden said that Israel, it has the right to respond to the October 7th Hamas attacks, but it must do everything it can to protect civilians. Biden also told a press conference that he did not demand that Israel delay a ground invasion of Gaza.
What I have indicated to him is that if that's possible to get these folks out safely, that's what he should do. It's their decision. But I did not demand it. I pointed out to him, if it's real, it should be done.
On the other hand, newly appointed U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson has called up a resolution supporting Israel as his first act as the leader of the U.S. House of Representatives. The non-binding measure reaffirms U.S. commitment to Israel and calls on Hamas to immediately cease attacks and release every hostage.
This resolution condemns Hamas and Iran for its support of terrorist groups, such as Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, while also calling for all sanctions on Iran to be fully enforced. So I urge my colleagues to support this important resolution. It will send a clear message across the world that terrorists and their sponsors will be held to account for their atrocities, their crimes against humanity, their crimes of genocide.
At the United Nations, Russia and China vetoed a U.S.-drafted Security Council resolution calling for pause in hostilities to allow much-needed food, water and medicine to be delivered to the Palestinian civilians. Russia made a rival proposal that advocated a wider ceasefire but failed to win the minimum number of votes. Israel has resisted, both arguing that Hamas would only take advantage and create new threats to Gaza civilians. Now, French President Emmanuel Macron has reaffirmed Israel's right to defend itself. He, however, did add that he believes it would be an error for Israel to launch a massive ground intervention in Gaza. And he also announced that France is going to send a Navy ship to bring aid to hospitals in the Gaza Strip.
La France reconnaît le droit d'Israël à se défendre et à protéger ses populations. Mais elle le reconnaît dans un cadre qui est celui du respect des populations civiles. Et donc intervenir sur le plan terrestre, si c'est pour cibler des groupes terroristes de manière totalement identifiée.
This comes as Hamas said that it launched a rocket on Wednesday towards the southern Israeli resort city of Eilat. This is some 220 kilometers from the Gaza Strip, and the Israeli military said that there had been an impact in an outlying area. There was no immediate word of any casualties in what appeared to be the longest-range Palestinian attack of the war of Gaza war since the 7th of October. Meanwhile, in South Lebanon, residents are now fearful of a second front of the war escalating. Smoke rose on Lebanese hills near the border with Israel as a result of what appeared to be a domestic mortar fire. Israeli tanks and troops were stationed in the border area. As increased Israeli airstrikes continue to devastate parts of the Gaza Strip, these before and after satellite images that you see on your screens right now, released by Maxar Technologies, it reveals the extent of the damage caused by the daily bombardments in northern Gaza. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.